Now, I know what you're saying. Losing 2 pounds a week is not a whole lot on a weight loss journey. In fact, losing only 2 pounds a week will actually discourage you and make you quit. But let me give you a different perspective. You see this photo? This photo represents an average weight loss of 2 pounds per week. And so does this one. And so does this one. Now, yes, I did have a tummy tuck after losing the weight, but the rate at which I burned off the fat was an average of 2 pounds per week, and it accumulated over time into what you saw in those before and after photos. So let me share with you a few tips for losing 2 pounds a week like clockwork, so that you go from discouraged and quitting to actually being major body goals. Now, here's the best piece of advice I can give you for losing 2 pounds like clockwork, and it's the reason why it is the first piece of advice. That is to set a non-weight loss goal. Now, I know that you already know how much weight you want to lose. You want to lose 25 pounds, or maybe 50 pounds, or maybe even 100 pounds or more. But what is it that you really want to do beyond the weight loss? Because what happens once you lose the weight? What happens when you reach your weight loss goal? Now, yes, that in and of itself is an accomplishment, but what do you want to do beyond that? Do you want to ride on a roller coaster? Do you want to run a half marathon? Set a non-weight loss goal and let that be your target. Because what you'll find is that you'll work harder towards a goal that is really rooted in something that you truly desire, above and beyond just seeing a certain number on the scale. And what you'll find is that in the process of trying to reach that non-weight loss goal, you will actually also reach your weight loss goal. And so the next piece of advice that I have for you is to put away the scale. You don't have a weight loss goal now because you just set a non-weight loss goal. And so you don't have a need for the scale. Put it in the linen closet or put it under the bed and leave it there. That scale is not an accurate indicator of our progress on a weight loss journey, especially if you are burning fat and building muscle at the same time, which I'm going to tell you exactly how to do in a moment. So you don't want to rely on that scale as an indicator of all of your progress, because it simply just tells you exactly how much all of your bodily components weigh, but it doesn't give you an accurate reflection of what is truly going on inside. In fact, it is that scale that tells us we only lost 2 pounds this week, and it just discourages us and makes us quit our weight loss journey. So put away the scale because you don't need it. Because as long as you're following the habits that I'm about to share with you for losing 2 pounds a week, you will lose 2 pounds a week consistently, and it will compound over time to give you the true body transformation that you're looking for. And you won't need the scale to tell you that it's working. You will be able to see it with your own eyes, not only in the mirror, but in progress photos as well. Now, I gotta say this, but you cannot lose 2 pounds a week like clockwork without cleaning up your diet. Nutrition is 80% of the equation when it comes to fat loss. So you absolutely have to watch what you eat. I recommend that you follow what I call a cleanish eating diet, which simply means you are eating mostly whole, unprocessed foods most of the time. And I say most of the time because we know life happens. And so that most of the time gives you a little flexibility to still be able to eat out and enjoy holidays and enjoy special occasions, but then get right back on track with your clean eating. And what does whole unprocessed foods look like? You're talking about things in their most natural state. And that just simply means as close to the land, earth, and sea as you can possibly get. Now, I do recommend focusing on high protein, and that just simply means trying to eat 30 to 40 grams of protein at each meal. And you don't have to cut out whole food groups in order to eat this way. You can still have a very balanced diet. You should be eating high quality lean protein, complex carbs, and healthy fats. For your protein, you want to eat things like chicken, salmon, turkey, other types of fish. For your complex carbs, go for your brown rice or your white rice or your sweet potatoes. For healthy fats, I recommend olive oil or avocados. If you're wondering how to put all of this together in order to lose 2 pounds in a week, I want you to click on the link in the video description because I actually got this question a lot. What exactly did I eat on my weight loss journey? And I wrote it all down in the Get Fit Blueprint. And this is simply just exactly what I ate every meal. And I tell you the proteins, the carbs, the fats. And if you have special dietary needs or special dietary preferences, there's even a substitutions guide so that you can customize the menu and still get results while following the plan. So if you can follow a recipe, then you can absolutely follow this blueprint to losing 2 pounds a week. But you absolutely have to clean up your diet in order to do so. Now, the next tip that I'm going to give you is important at any age, but it is critical for women over 40. In fact, I wish I had listened to this advice in my 20s, but the second best time is today. And that advice is you have to strength train in order to lose 2 pounds a week like clockwork. And hear me out when I say this, because I know that as women over 40, if we haven't been strength training in the past, it's usually because we're intimidated by strength training. We're intimidated by the people in the weight room. We're intimidated by the equipment in the weight room, and we don't want to look bulky. So look, I get it. I used to be cardio queen, but I'm telling you, everything changed when it came to fat loss and recomposition in my body when I picked up the weights. And I didn't have to go into the gym and use gym equipment in order to get started. I started with 3 sets of dumbbells, and that's all you really need in the comfort of your home. You need a light set, a medium set, and a heavy set, and you can get an effective strength training workout. The reason why strength training is so important is because it helps to build and preserve muscle. You need muscle in order to burn fat. And the more muscle you have on your body, the more fat you burn at rest. That simply means with no extra effort, you're burning more fat. And it is critical for women over 40 because as we age, we start to lose muscle. And so you absolutely have to strength train, if nothing else, to combat the muscle mass that we're losing simply because we're getting older. But strength training is critical. And if you're saying to yourself, okay, 3 sets of dumbbells and I can do this in the comfort of my home, but exactly what exercises do I follow? I got you, because in the Get Fit Blueprint, I actually give you 8 beginner-friendly strength training workouts that you can rotate each week and get an effective workout to help you to burn fat and to build muscle. Now, these are the same workouts that I did on my weight loss journey on my way to losing 2 pounds a week. So I know that they work. I know that they're effective for burning fat. And if you follow them, you will see results as well. Click on the link in the video description and check out the Get Fit Blueprint, because that is where you'll find those beginner-friendly strength training workouts that you absolutely need if you want to lose 2 pounds a week like clockwork. And the habit that everyone sleeps on, and the pun is absolutely intended, is getting 7 hours of quality sleep a night. And I know we are busy. We're at the height of our careers. We're at the height of parenthood. There are so many things going on during the day. We try to cram as many activities in our day as possible, and it comes at the price of not getting enough sleep. We're only getting 4-5 hours of sleep at night. But let me tell you, sleep is actually a fat loss strategy. You can maximize the amount of fat that you're burning on your weight loss journey just by going to sleep. And that's why I say so many people sleep on this, because they don't even know that they're sabotaging their own weight loss efforts when they cut their sleep short. Here's why. Your body burns fat and build muscle while you sleep. Your body is a machine and it is very efficient. It is not going to compete with the activities of the day trying to do these critical bodily functions while you're running around doing other stuff. No, it waits until you're at rest in order to perform these critical things like fat burning and muscle building. So when you go to bed, that is what your body, that's the mode that you're putting your body in. It is ready to burn some fat. But when you cut that sleep period short, you're not giving your body enough time to perform those functions. And so it's like, okay, well, there's that. And so you're not taking advantage of that opportunity to burn fat for no extra effort. So you have to go to sleep, my friend, and you have to get in at least 7 hours of quality sleep a night. Now, I say 7 hours. Some people will say 8, but minimum 7 hours. 8 is great. 9 is even better. Quality sleep. And that is where the magic happens when it comes to burning fat on your way to losing 2 pounds a week on your weight loss journey. Now, I just gave you the blueprint on how to lose 2 pounds a week like clockwork. And if you follow these things consistently, not perfect, because it doesn't require you to be perfect, just consistent. But if you follow these things consistently, you will absolutely, over time, have a compound effect of these 2 pounds a week just building on top of each other. And you will ultimately have a transformation that you can't believe. And if you want the structure written down for you with the meal guidance, with the workout plan and the workouts, as well as some other bonuses that will exponentially increase your fat burning potential, then check out the Get Fit Blueprint and the link is in the video description. If this video has been helpful, take a moment and give it a thumbs up so that other women just like you can see it and be well on their way to losing 2 pounds a week like clockwork as well. And if you haven't joined the Get Fit community yet, take a moment and hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here as part of the community and make more great content just like this, just for you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.